is an armchair expert, but he makes mistakes all the time. Thank God Monica's here. She's gonna let him have the facts.
It's 11:11.
Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I really want to think on this. Did you have one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I want to know so bad. Don't you want to know?
Yeah, but...
You're not allowed to know other people's wishes.
No.
That's a weird part of wish culture.
Yeah.
Why is it that telling someone your wish would make
It's
it not come true?
superstitious.
I know, but why?
I don't know.
What's the logic behind
Why
it,
are you
Monica?
taking your shoes off?
Trying something new.
Do you do multiple wishes in 1 minute, or do you just do the one?
You go several?
I do as many as I can.
Oh my God, that's a great idea. I might switch to that.
It's a little panicky.
And let me ask you this. Do you want to tell me your wish? Is that another part of it? Like, I want to know it. My hunch is you want to tell me.
No, not really.
Oh. Okay, great.
They're pretty basic. Like, my wishes are very similar to my prayers.
Great hair, great skin.
Can we pause for a second? There's a board issue.
Oh, wonderful.
It's not showing on the...
What's a board issue?
Oh, he's bored.
You're
He was
bored?
telling us that he's bored.
I said, we need a new topic.
He should have some kind of button where he's back there and he's like, it's boring.
Click.
Does this mean we're recording or not?
I'm
Probably not.
Audio.
Oh, I hope so, because the 11:11 stuff is really
I have the
important.
backup recording. In theory, should be working, but on the computer, it's not registering for some reason. So
Interesting.
I feel like, Rob, your wish should have been that there was no technical problems.
Wouldn't it be such a sad wish for Rob?
It's one of
We
them.
were free to want to ride a unicorn on a
That was yours?
snow-capped mountain. And Rob's going to be like, please, no technical glitches.
Well, mine are
Work-related?
often, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Oh.
I guess you're right. Go ahead, Rob. Make your wishes about technical proficiency.
it's working. I don't know what that was, but
Oh,
Weird. Okay, the wish came true.
I bet the computer made a wish on 11/11, which is like, I wish I could stop computing.
Oh.
And then its wish came true. Then Rob was like, bullshit.
His overrides the computer's
You don't get
wish.
wishes. You're a computer.
What do you think the robot would wish for?
To be a boy.
Oh,
That's, that.
forgot.
Yeah, his wish is right on his sleeve. He wears his wish on his sleeve.
He's so cute. How do you think he's...
It's 11:11. Time to make my wish once again. I wish I was a boy. I never tire of making this wish.
Do you think he's feeling a little uncomf with...
AI.
Yes, and ChatGPT and Meta glasses and...
I'm excited for AI. They will be superior to me. I will seem so charming, as if I'm a flawed human being.
Oh, that's an interesting
Glass half full.
take. Yeah, he's very optimistic.
He is. He'll seem like a clumsy dum-dum, which is
Yeah.
very much what a boy is.
Right.
So very boy-like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
How was your fitting?
It was nice.
It was.
We're shooting a commercial tomorrow.
Yeah,
me
it's
and
very
you.
exciting. Co-stars.
Yeah, I know. It's very fun.
It is fun.
We shot a commercial once before together a very long time ago for the city of Los Angeles.
That is
California.
right.
The state of California or the city of Los Angeles. I don't know.
California tourism, I believe.
Mm.
And we were up at the observatory. Ding, ding, ding. I was going to tell you what I just did this morning, but that'll put on pause.
Okay.
What's your biggest memory from that California tourism shoot we did together?
Well, I was wearing a really specific dress.
And?
Christian said.
Yeah, that's my number one memory. So we work with a guy all the time.
Yep.
And he got
Saw me in a new light.
He saw you in a whole new light. He was so shook. It was hilarious.
Well, understandably, because especially up until that point, I was a little assistant running around in sweatpants.
I was going to say, you were in your Pangea phase or just prior. You were in...
It was before Pangea.
Yeah, but it was always bedtime look.
Not really. I mean, when I would show up to the house, I'd look cute, but everyone saw me. It's all very interesting, actually. This is psychologically interesting.
Go on.
When I was an assistant, I liked fashion the same amount. That hasn't changed.
Correct.
But I think when I was an assistant, no one thought that or they were just like, oh, she's just like a little girl and she gets groceries and
no one thought you got
eats
groceries.
Chicken nuggets.
Dino nuggets.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge that.
Okay.
From a guy's perspective.
Yeah.
We don't have a status
Oh.
thing. If we see a hot woman, it's not like we're like, ooh, she's the janitor. We don't think that way. We just go, ooh, hot. I don't even think about it. I'm just like looking at them and I go, either Aruga.
No.
Yep.
No,
Aruga.
don't do that.
That's a cartoon noise from Bugs Bunny.
But
It's okay.
Some people really do it.
No, that's not even a cat call. Even the worst guy is not yelling out his window, Aruga.
Well,
Now, there's other bads.
yeah, someone yelled at me the other day, and it's awful.
I'm gonna. This is a brag. I did yell at two guys. I was at a crosswalk, and there were two dudes in a truck, and this gal was at the corner, and they started hustling, and I got involved.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I don't like when I show that side of myself. You've seen that side of
Well,
me.
did you say a slander?
I was like, hey, motherfuckers, have some fucking,
Respect?
some respect. Yeah, have some manners. Shut the fuck. Like I
I
kind of
it.
snap. Like, get a hold of yourself. You're acting like a couple of fucking dogs.
Wow, you're so mixed messies.
Tell me more. I'm a human being who's attracted to people.
I know
It's just
that.
what you do with that attraction.
I know that. I'm glad you said that.
And that's why I've chosen Aruga, because I feel like that is a playful, cartoony
You're right.
way.
I'm glad you did that.
Now, if I went, boing, that's rough. That says I have a boner. The other one says I have an old-timey horn somewhere on me,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Aruga. Huh.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, I like that you did that.
Okay.
I bet that woman felt protected. And so that's nice.
Yeah. I hope she did.
Was it Kristen?
No. No. I was exercising. Someone else was in an exercise outfit. These two guys were letting it rip.
I see.
I didn't
That's
think that
really
was cool.
nice.
But I'm making a decision in that moment. There's two guys.
Yeah.
They might hop out of the truck. So I got it. Like, there's a lot of thin slicing going on.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going to tell these guys to shut the fuck up. This is crazy.
Yeah.
There's two of them. They're at a light. Maybe they're going to get out. Okay, I guess I'm up for that.
Yeah.
And then I go, I'm up for that.
That's the part I don't like because I don't want you to get injured.
Right.
But I also like that you protected.
This is the problem with life in the world and the planet.
Yeah.
It's a messy fucking place.
Contradictions
Sometimes
all over the
a
place.
bad decision is mildly better than the other thing it's correcting.
Yes, that's
you know?
right. That's true. Yeah, one of the biggest memories I have in my life is
Christian noticing,
No. No.
giving an Aruga.
It's also funny though because I was wearing like a very sparkly dress, kind of
Yeah.
like a ridiculous looking dress.
Yeah.
I didn't pick it. And so for that to be the thing,
Well, you can see this though.
yeah.
Do you think your dress, and now it's changed yet again, but do you think your dress evolved from when we first met you? Because I
That's
think
what
it did.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I mean, look, in some ways, yes, because I have my financial situation has changed. But
I think your confidence situation changed a bit too.
Oh, sure.
I think you felt more comfortable being who you are, what you have.
Yeah, but then the more oversized I get.
See, now that's what I'm saying. Then it pivoted again. And now you're like, I'm in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, he had never seen me in a dress, and then he'd also never seen me in full glam. That was also probably part of it. I was in
Yeah.
heels. It was a look. But that was
it
a
took
fun
him by
commercial.
storm. Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, but
I'm glad we had the same memory of it.
I only do because he said it to you.
Of course.
And then you, of course, you passed along the compliment.
Always want you to know.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned it a few times. And so that it was my last.
I really wanted to sink in.
Yeah.
I'm going to add Christian's a handsome man.
Very.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very handsome man.
Okay. But a memory I have, I was at a light. I think I've talked about this before, but I was at a light. It was red. It had a no turn on red sign.
Right.
And there was someone behind me and he was honking.
Mm-hmm.
and I was not going to move.
Yeah, you won't be peer pressured.
Yeah, but it was getting like aggressive.
Uh-huh.
And then there was a man on the street.
Yeah.
And he like looked at the guy and was like, it's not, she can't go.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah. We have a diminished role in this world, but one of the roles is to keep the younger cuckooer versions of ourselves in check out in public. They want to freak out in their house like Tonka, go nuts. But when you enter society, you got to tighten it up.
Yeah, I think that is a good thing for men to do for other men.
Yeah. Okay, now the reason I was just at the observatory.
Oh.
I'm trying, this is a New Year's resolution that I started last week.
Okay.
I want to be able to ride my bicycle, my cute road bike I told you about that's green and yellow. A lot of people ask me to post pictures and I need to. So I did it for the first time, I guess 4 days ago on the break. I rode from here and my thought was, I'm going to ride as far up the hill as I can get. And hold on. And then not up the hiking trail.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. Okay.
Up Ferndale.
Okay.
You know, it twists all around and then how you would drive to the observatory.
Okay, got it.
And my hunch was like, when you leave the house, it's immediately incline up the side street and then up Ferndale. When you get to the stop sign, I'm like, I already know when you're hiking, you're winded by the time you get there. So I'm like, maybe I'll get to the stop sign. Then maybe next time I'll get to the first turn and so on and so on. Well, on my trip last week, I got all the way to the final stretch, like maybe a block. I did have to get off and walk the last like half block or block up to the very top.
Wow.
My thighs were as dense as like a microwave. They were so, they've never been that inflated with blood or whatever was going on. They were just so pumped up.
Wow.
So I did that. And then this morning, I'm like, I'm going to do it again. So I did it again this morning and I didn't have to walk.
You did the whole thing?
Yeah. I was kind of shocked with just one trip up because the first trip up was bonkers. Yeah. This trip up was good. It was a hard workout, but my legs didn't get like locked.
Wow. And you think maybe you'll ride to the moon soon?
I hope to ride to the moon. Yeah. And by 2026.
That's so nice.
The first person to climb Everest on a bicycle, on a road bike.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, I brought it up, I did bring it up to brag, but I also brought it up because the most insane thing was happening on the entire trip up this morning. It was an SNL sketch and it wouldn't fucking stop for 25 minutes. So I'm huffing up the hill. I'm in the highest gear. I'm like, And I have headphones in. I'm listening to stuff. And I hear something just to the left of me a little bit. And I like, look, and it's really close. It's a dude with dreadlocks and a backpack. And he's on an electric fucking scooter. And we're going roughly the same speed.
Sure.
It's maddening. Being next to a dude on a scooter. Well, okay. He goes ahead of me.
Yeah.
Now he's ahead of me. Then he gets to a stop sign, and I think he maybe had to put more money on the scooter.
Okay.
Because now he's got his phone out, and I think he didn't have cell service, whatever. I then pass him. I'm now riding. I forget about him.
Yep.
12 minutes later, I hear something. I look over. He's, I'm like, oh, my fucking God. And I don't have it in me to go faster.
Because you wanted your alone space?
There's something that was so
invasive.
Well, it was the awkwardness of it, but then it was also the humiliation of a guy in this little scooter passing me.
It's electric.
Because I'm going like 3 miles an hour up this steep hill. It just was crazy. Imagine you see a guy taking a nap passing you on your hike. Like it just felt like that. Like, well, how is this guy and I doing the same thing?
Yeah.
We passed I bet 5 times. Did he pass me he passed me at entering the parking lot to the observatory. He did win.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was comical.
This reminds me, fights, bikes, running. Remember earlier this year, my running situation with the dogs and the people.
And the people congregating. And
yes. Now, I drove by the other day.
Okay.
Let me see what I can find.
Wow, there's going to be photographic evidence.
Mm-hmm. This was the area, okay?
Uh-huh.
There's now a sign up.
Oh.
That says, no dog walking, private property.
Oh, did you put that up?
No, I didn't. But that would have been a good move. But also, it goes to show
You weren't the only person inconvenienced by that. Yeah.
Correct. I felt very validated by this sign.
I bet. Vindicated.
They were just there. That's not even their house. Oh my God.
I didn't think ever that was their house. Did you?
I guess if I was being generous, I thought maybe one of them, that was their area.
Yeah. That was a thing that happened when we used to live on Los Feliz Boulevard. I would come out and someone would just be having like a picnic on the front yard. They'd have a blanket out. They might be asleep.
Sure.
It's interesting.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Let's take a minute to thank our presenting sponsor, Audible. Audible is the leading audio entertainment app with an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre. As an Audible member, you choose one title to keep every month. We're talking bestsellers, new releases, classic titles, whatever you're into, and there are thousands of included titles to choose from.
With such a huge catalog of audio content, sometimes it can be hard to know where to start listening. And that's why Audible created their Best of 2024 picks. They really do think of everything, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. I'm loving this list. They've got a full cast production of George Orwell's 1984, which I've been meaning to listen to. Everyone talks about it. I've never read it. I got to do it. It's almost like a play, but with different actors voicing each role. The story was good already, but having a full cast making the characters come to life really takes it to the next level.
I really like that about Audible. A good narrator is game-changing. I've been wanting to listen to The Women by Kristen Hanna, which I see is on the list. A bunch of my friends have been talking about it, and with Audible, I can download it and listen on my holiday travels.
Audible's carefully curated list in every category is the best way to hear 2024's best in audio entertainment. There's more to imagine when you listen. And to make it even better, Audible has a special offer for armchairies. New members can get their first audiobook free when they sign up for a 30-day trial. Visit audible.com/Dax or text Dax to 500-500. That's audible.com/Dax or text Dax to 500-500.
Okay. I have an update, sort of.
Okay.
Not really. And I wasn't really going to say this, but I am. A couple fact checks ago, we talked about a dream I had.
Oh, yes. With
Jagers.
Cagers. JGs.
JG.
JG.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Dream.
A dream.
Let's make it so clear that I was talking about a dream.
That's right.
I got a very disgusting email from somebody. Also, do not email me.
Me? Me too.
The less emails I get in general, the better. But this random person emailed me and said,
I think you should read it.
The subject is geez, ... be an adult, !
Okay.
Then it just says,
But really quick, just already, I want to have a grievance.
yeah.
This is the definition of being an adult. When you're a kid, you don't even think about this. This is exclusively for adults. So just right there, problem number one. Continue.
Yeah. She said, go to your doctor and convey.
Hold on.
I know it's a woman.
I know.
Oh.
And I'm interrupting you too much, but you already have a look on your face, which I love. When you're reading it, you're her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, so you're like this. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Go to your doctor and convey your concerns instead of making your personal hygiene issues a problem for your audience. You never cease to amaze me! ! You are such a constant child.
Oh.
Not go to a doctor because you know better, MD after your name, God, but you're tedious. Okay, so none of that makes any sense, it's really mean.
It's not grammatically great.
Yeah.
But
also,
the other,
MD after my name. What does that even mean?
But let's treat this as if it's a real piece of advice. I want to give this person a day in court. So what she is requesting is that you go to your doctor and you say, I had a dream my vagina smelled. He's going to go see a psychologist. Why are you here? Does your vagina smell? I don't think so. I had a nightmare that it did, and the love of my life was put off by it.
Yeah, it's a dream.
That's what she wants you to do, is go to the doctor and tell him you had a dream about your vagina?
I guess. And
I'm going to start going to doctors to tell them about my dreams.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so tedious.
Yeah.
Also, why do you listen? Go away.
Well,
no, I 100% stand by that. If you're the type of person who's going to send an email like that, I prefer you do not listen to this show or me or engage with me ever again. You
I understand.
actually don't have permission.
I understand. I have a different take.
Go ahead.
Yeah, which is like people, I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I used to kind of hate listen to Rush Limbaugh.
Okay.
People hate listened to Howard Stern. Like they wanted to hear what he said so they could be mad about it and they could go to work and they could talk about what a misogynist pig he was. And it was like, it was their hobby.
Yeah, that's a sad
He
way
still
to
got
live.
those ratings. They still had to listen to his message. Some of it definitely sunk in. So I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind if you're like, you're an incel listening to this hating me. That's great. Keep listening.
Nah.
No. And that's good. That's
I understand you. I get what you're saying.
Okay. And I get what you're saying.
No thanks.
Yeah.
You don't get to, or you do get to, because it's a public show, so you can do whatever you want. But like the idea that you opened an email, I mean, I didn't understand half of what that meant, so I think this person is unhinged.
They're probably, they're probably got a lot of stuff going on.
Can you say that it was mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's so ridiculous and silly and stupid. Like it's mostly just embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
That email's so embarrassing.
Right.
If I sent that email to the host of a podcast and didn't want to accept she was talking about a dream, it's just it's embarrassing.
But even not just the part about the go to the doctor, like you're tedious, you never cease to amaze me, you're a child.
Well, again, that to me confirms. So she has a story about you, which was at the end of the email. Her story about you is that you're tedious.
Mm-hmm.
And so anything you say is going to be tedious. So the fact that you said you had a dream, that has to be tedious because her story about you is that you're tedious. And so she's backed herself into this crazy corner where what she's saying doesn't even make sense. Go see a doctor about your dream. It's so, I mean, it's such a stupid email.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mean, but mostly it's stupid. Let's go into the psychology of it.
Okay.
This really doesn't work because I think the story part is really relevant, but my hunch is she has something going on vaginally. Why is that such a why did that trigger her so much?
Yeah, I think it triggered people. I got a few nice responses.
Yeah,
that were,
I only read nice ones.
Oh, that's nice. But I like a person in my life reached out and said, "Oh, I use this," and I was like, "It was a dream." Like I freaked out, and they were like, "Oh, sorry."
Oh, but then
I know, and I was like, "No, I know. I'm sorry." I was like, I got a bad email, and I guess I think everyone thinks that, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
I actually don't think that about myself. I could be wrong because that's again the fear.
Yeah.
But the dream was a fear about being unlovable.
That's right. And unworthy.
Exactly.
Yes.
And broken and gross.
That's right. Fundamentally flawed. Like, okay, he passed. Somehow I fooled him with this and I fooled him with this and but eventually the truth will be discovered. And the last thing that he didn't have access to that he finally discovered was, of course, the deal breaker.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's just a metaphor for like, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
So I think people do struggle with this issue.
Oh, absolutely.
And it turns out there are a lot of products on the market.
Okay, great.
So people can check that out.
Are they oral or are they, you put them in you?
Oral. Yes.
Interesting.
And
that's encouraging.
Well, I think it's like prebiotics are supposed to be helpful.
Now, here's the thing. I think I'm right about that the good comp is this fear of erectile dysfunction.
Uh-huh.
No one would send me a mean email if I was talking about erectile dysfunction.
I know. Well, they don't think you're tedious. They think I am.
Well, let's take her out of it.
Oh, okay.
I think there are many people that would clutch their pearls when you're talking about a vagina in public.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's crazy.
Yeah. I know.
Get real. And I don't think it's not dudes.
Equivalent.
It's not dudes saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It is because I think
you're right.
Which makes sense is like it's a fear. So when you're talking about it, like God knows what it is. Like she shouldn't say that. I would never say. Like you're doing something that scares the fuck out of them.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's right.
So that makes sense. And then maybe if anyone was going to have an issue with my erectile dysfunction conversation, it was a dream. It would probably be a guy. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear about your limp dick. It would probably be a guy.
Yeah, it is. People feel threatened somehow.
I get this, by the way, if I can own one of the worst parts of me. I was thinking it of in terms of, in fact, I think I saw the person driving and I was like, what is my problem with this person? What is my issue with this person?
Mm-hmm.
And it is that they present so fragile and vulnerable and weak.
Interesting.
And when I see them moving through the world that way, it like gives me this deep pain. I just can't imagine presenting this way. I would just be so afraid everyone was going to take advantage of me and harm me. So like my own stuff, I can't even handle when someone's like just presents as crazy fragile. It really,
that's funny.
It triggers my fear of myself presenting that way.
Yeah.
And
that's introspective.
I think some element of homophobia is in there as well, which is like you're a young boy, and I'm only going to speak for my generation. And we just had a guest on yesterday. We talk about the power of that.
Yeah.
And I want to add, like, yeah, there'll be straight guys like me or this guest we had talking about having been molested and the implications that you're gay and you feel gay and then you'd be dead. Like your whole school, you'd be dead. But I think some element of homophobia for some guys is it's not even maybe that they hate that two guys are going to hook up in their house. It's that when they see them presenting as gay, they imagine like, oh my God, that's what I've been trying to avoid my whole childhood, to be masculine and butch and tough. And it scares them. Like to see it scares them. Like, fuck, if I was acting this way, I would be so called out. And, you know.
That's probably true. When people are themselves, a lot of people find that very threatening.
Yeah.
Because, or maybe there's like a deep jealousy.
Yeah. Well,
because they aren't.
They're holding in their true selves because they've told themselves, if I show my true self, I'll be excluded. And now here's this person showing their true selves and they're not being excluded. They're being embraced. It's like very threatening
like
to your core.
They feel like it's unfair.
Yep. It shouldn't be that way because I know if I did that, I would be excluded. So why is this person getting away with it? It's like Ozempic. It's like, why are they getting to do something that I'm not allowed to do?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that's what's going on a lot of the time.
Yeah, me too.
Who triggers you?
When people walk around with a victim complex.
Right.
I am so disturbed by it.
Yep.
I find it annoying because I guess I feel like you're not everyone has issues. Just stop.
The world is not conspiring against you any more than it's conspiring against.
Exactly. I guess it is.
Now, granted, there are classes where if you're a black female.
Of course.
Yeah.
No,
but in general, just living life.
Victims don't trigger me. People who walk around with the victim complex. That's a different thing. That's like everything is they're a victim or the world is doing this to them or they can't figure it out and it's everyone else's problem.
Yeah.
It's everyone else's problem but theirs.
It's also a great tool in the narcissist kit.
It is.
It's like when they've clearly fucked up and they clearly owe someone an apology, they figure out how they're the victim. And now they just switch their story to how they've been victimized.
There's a lot of people who are very quick to be the victim in this world.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about real victims. And I find it so off-putting. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, why it's so... Well, for one, it is... It's contagious. There's that. I think there's something about walking around like that and being so negative and all this is happening to me. It's hard to be around that and maintain a level of happiness.
Yeah, you're almost inclined to meet them there. And
it's a horrible feeling.
I know. I just got this thing.
This bad thing happened to me too.
I wonder if there's something for you in the fact that like you were presented a fork in the road as a little kid and you could have gone home every day and told your mom, no one likes me because I'm brown. Or you could like learn cheerleading. Right. And force them to be around you and like you.
I was thinking that and I thought it sounded a little arrogant. So, but that, I do think that's what it is there's a part of me, and this isn't necessarily fair, but there's a part of me that thinks, I figured it out, so can you.
Right.
Again, not to everyone and not to people who are victimized.
Sure.
These are people who are victims in their brain.
Yeah.
There is a way to look at the world differently, and I know it from experience.
I think for me, mine is ultimately incredibly self-centered because it's really just my irritation or fear that I would present that way. It just seems so unattractive that when I'm around it, I just can't stop thinking about how much I would hate to be presenting this way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a buzzkill to be around that all the time and to feel like you have to like be constantly lifting somebody up.
Yeah.
And we all do this, right? Like we all need to vent. We all have moments where we feel like a victim when we're not. I mean, all of us. It's not, but for some people, it's a way of looking at the world.
I wonder if what could be helpful, because I think this is one of my favorite AA things, which is like learning in the 4th step, I believe, that self-aggrandizement and self-pity are the same level of narcissism.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So I think once I really accepted that and believe that concept, for me to be doing the self-pity thing, I feel as bad as I would be talking about that I'm God's gift to this planet. And so I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the same level of self-indulgence.
Anyway, it was a dream.
Yeah, it was a dream. Everything's
tip-top.
Yeah. Jake G. Jagers. Clean as a whistle.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
You ever smelt a spring field, Jagers? You ever smelt a warm apple pie coming out of the oven, Jagers? Because that's what you're getting into when you pull them slacks down.
Okay.
It's like opening the door to an oven.
Oh my God.
Get hit with a waft of warm apple pie.
Jesus.
Warm apple pie.
Oh, this is for Lisa Kudrow.
Oh, I loved Lisa Kudrow.
What a gift.
What a gift.
What a dream. What a gift.
Blessing.
What a blessing. A Christmas miracle.
My new over-indexed is blessing. You probably noticed it.
Really?
Yeah. I love calling things a blessing.
Are you joking?
I don't think that God's involved.
Right.
But I like what that means if you do believe God's involved.
Sure.
Like I understand what it means and I like that meaning.
Yeah.
Like this is otherworldly. This is really a special treat. So I say it a lot and I do wonder if it's confusing to people who know my stance on religion.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
But I just feel like it really, really articulates what I feel a lot of times now.
Okay.
Increasingly so. I'm wearing a very fuzzy sweater and somehow it's just migrated into my mouth, I think. Or I don't know if it's psychosomatic because I can see the little frizzies. I'm like, is this in my, oh my God. It's just.
Wait, add some to the bag. Oh, no, that's only hair. You're right. I'm sorry.
By the way, we're due for, I think today we're doing another of a harvest.
Yeah, because it's dwindling.
It's kind of disappeared.
I know. Yeah. I wonder, does hair
disintegrate? I don't think so.
Okay. Lisa, this was such a long time coming. Our first friend. I was so grateful. I did feel like I fucked it up a little bit. There's no way to really convey the meaning of her here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was kind of put in the position to try. And so I said, I think I said there's nothing I can really say.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish I could have. I wish I could have articulated it, but I can't. It's a blessing.
The show was a blessing in your life.
It was.
For sure. Yeah.
It was life-saving. It was a life raft.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. There's just not, there aren't words in the English language.
I wonder if Lisa's thing, there's a myriad of reasons why that's hard to accept.
Yeah. How can you?
And let's be honest, like a lot of people feel that way.
Of course.
Right? So it's like even the most grounded person at some point would come to expect that that's the effect it had on people because you've heard that a million times.
Yes.
So I think you're trying to elevate. What you want to do is give this person who's very nice. I just met Monica Padman.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to know that I've received it. Because really now I'm doing something for you, which is interesting because the goal is you want to do something for her, right? You want to tell her, I really am grateful for you.
Yeah.
Truly. Maybe that's the way to say it, by the way.
That is a good way to say it.
Yeah. Like I'm just personally grateful that on this trip, you were in my sphere and you just gave me so much relief and happiness. Okay. Right. But I do think that maybe she's in a position where she's got to act like it's the first time she's ever heard that or something.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to do that. Like, that's not my job.
Right.
To
worry about
the way she's going to receive it. I'm not going to play that game.
Oh, yeah.
But I am anymore. Maybe at one point in my life I would have, but whatever. I can't.
Yeah.
But I do feel what you're saying. There is nothing new I can say to her.
To be clear, I don't think you should have not done that just because of whatever her reaction is. Like, I think it's good for you to be able to express your gratitude for the people that you have gratitude for.
Me too. But I guess that's where it gets heady. It's like I want to be able to tell her.
Yeah, and you should.
Accurately. But I can't tell her accurately because I really do not have the physical words to do so.
You'd have to open your chest and invite her into your heart and let her feel what it felt like and then release her.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So everything you say just starts is sounding dumb and trite and falling short. And it's just like, what's the point of any of this anyway? And she hears it all the time. And is it for her? Like, is it for her or is it for me?
I think it'd be okay if it was for you.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be bad.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think it'd be crazy if you didn't tell people how much you appreciate them.
I agree. And I think
their reaction's their reaction. I just enjoy imagining what her reaction is or what she's going through. But in no way am I suggesting you shouldn't. I think you should do that always.
Yeah. It's just hard to do in something so meaningful.
Yeah.
I mean, this happened with Matt Damon too. Same thing. It's like, I can sit here and we can talk about the camping trip and that we can do it, but it's never gonna.
Well, here's a darker examination of it. Is part of the frustration, because this is part of mine, is like, I know, Letterman, you've heard from people that they like your show. But you need to understand that, I like it on another level.
No, it's not,
there's none of that.
It's not a competition thing.
Okay.
It's not, I know, but you really don't understand.
See, I have a tiny bit of that.
That's
I'm like, a lot of people
not it.
laughed at your show, but I'm like, oh, I can be who I am because you exist.
Well, yeah, that's right. But I think other people had that too.
Yeah, Adam Scott had that. Kimmel had that. Most of the people I know actually had
I don't think I'm a special case, but I
want to be a special case, though. Do you?
Yeah, everyone wants to be a special case. I would just want to be a special case in life.
Just across the board.
Yeah.
Same.
I just want to be
a very special case.
A special case. We should get a shirt that says a special case.
I was thinking the exact same thing. A special case.
Everyone is a special case.
Are.
Everyone is, except that lady who wrote. Well, she's special, I guess. She's
very.
Unique.
She wants you to go to the doctor and tell him about a dream.
It's just a disaster.
Bukowski
I do
was
think
right.
your sweater's
Don't
everywhere.
It is.
Yeah,
I might have to table this guy.
No, it's so nice.
You know what? I have 2 of these.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I have 2 of these. This is a part of my wastefulness. Luckily, I don't shop often, but I don't ever go to a store.
Right.
I order online.
And you click number 2.
I got an XL out of the gates, and I was like, too big. That's a skirt.
Oh.
It might be a great skirt for you.
You mean a dress?
Yeah, a dress.
Really?
Mini dress. Yeah.
Okay.
Picture this.
Yeah.
But then longer.
Okay.
And then you put like a belt around it.
Oh, wow.
That's very 80s. Very cool. We'll try it.
Okay.
Next fact check.
Okay.
You'll
great.
be wearing my extra large version of this. It'll be fucking. Oh, we'll both
It'll
wear it.
Oh
and
my
it still looks
God.
like it's snowing. Oh my God. There really is shit flying everywhere.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay. Now, a few facts for her. Was Vassar the first women's college to offer science? No. The first women's college to offer science was the Troy Female Seminary in Troy, New York, which is now Emma Willard School.
Okay.
She said it opened in 1861. It was founded in 1861, but it opened in 1865. It opened its doors in 1865.
So we're guessing then that it got founded so it could get funded, and then it took 4 or 5 years to build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did Vassar become co-ed? 1969. She was right about that.
She nailed it.
Yep.
She's very bright.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't think maybe this is,
I agree with what you're about to say.
you can't be that funny and not
You can't be a great comedian
You
and not be
can't.
pretty bright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can have done terrible in school, but you got to be bright.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the timing. There's a math happening in your brain at all times when you're really performing
verbal
comedy
dexterity
well.
to be constructing these things in a manner that is funny.
Okay. The Eazy-E situation.
Oh, please tell me.
Now, Eazy-E went to 3 different high schools. He went to Compton High School.
Right.
Manuel Dominguez High School.
Okay.
And Taft High School, which is where she went. But he dropped out in 10th grade.
So he went to 3 high schools in 2 years.
Correct.
That's too many high schools in 2 years.
I agree. It wasn't for him.
No. And he was right.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
And so that clears that up. There was some confusion.
Right. No wonder she didn't bump into him. He was probably only there for a month or 2.
Yeah. Okay, how tall is Ray Romano? 6'2", according to the internet.
Made up a song last night.
Oh.
You know, Feliz Navidad. It's with the girls decorating the tree. Kristen's out of town, so it's just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Then it came on, and I was singing, Los Feliz Dad. Los Feliz Dad. I go, girls, you listen to a song about me. Los Feliz Dad. Da da da. Da da da. Los Feliz Dad.
Oh my God.
I'm still in a sweet spot where they think I'm funny.
That
it's
is
gonna
great.
end my life. Like when they're 15 and 17 and I sing a Los Feliz Dad and they're like, fuck this
They'll
guy.
laugh.
I hope so.
They'll laugh. You're funny.
If that all happens, and they go, what the fuck is this guy doing? I'll just walk down into the basement and I'll just stay there until my life's over.
No.
I'll stand in the middle of the basement. What happened?
Listen, kids.
What? I'm going to be like, what now? What the fuck am I?
Listen, kids, can you prepare yourself a little bit that kids do grow up and
I'm not cool anymore?
eye roll a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's loving.
I think it's a great motivation for me to stay sharp.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I think it might prevent me from going down the road that many comedians do, which is like they just get less funny.
Okay.
But I'm going to be working
wanna
my
stick with
ass
the
off.
time.
Well, I got to keep these girls laughing. That's my priority.
Well, that means you can't be doing comedy from 2024 in 10 years. You got to be like, that's not funny anymore to these people.
That's right. I'll do that.
Okay. You said impermeable border about the house, and you didn't know if you said it right. Impermeable means not allowing fluid to pass through, not liable to be affected by pain or distress. Okay. Does your right hemisphere control your left hand? Yes. Are cluster headaches due to damage to the hypothalamus? Yes, it's related. Are migraines worse for girls? Yes. Hemiplegic migraines, are they still called that? Hemiplegic? Yes.
Okay.
She knew a lot.
Yeah.
She made a little misstep with that science thing.
What science thing?
Vassar. First.
Oh, sure. But we can forgive
But for the
that.
most part.
They probably told her that.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did. That's on them.
Yeah. I blame them.
They were the first women's college to lie about being the
first
first to offer science.
Yeah. That's a distinction.
Big time. So that was her, and it was really just
she's a blessing.
She really is a blessing.
She is. You can believe in the word blessing without believing in God.
I know. I worry that people who truly believe in like blessings coming down from God, that they might think it's a joke.
It's not.
And it's not.
No, I'm sincere about it. And I think they would be fine with it so long as they agreed it was a blessing. If I say the Big Mac's a blessing, although I think it is.
Yeah,
Look at it, man. It arrived in the 50s and it's still here.
I know.
It's a blessing. So if you're mad about that, then I guess.
Send us an email.
Send Monica an email.
All right. And I'm just going to end on reminding everyone that it was a dream.
That's a big, big dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that.
And it's a warm apple pie.
All right, love you.
Apple
Okay,
pie.
okay.
Okay.
My God.
Good night.
I love you.
Love you.